God is speaking in anger today. You made a mistake that heaven noticed. And if you walk away from this message, it will not be forgiven. Don't make the mistake of skipping this. I am not speaking gently right now, and you can feel that heaviness in your chest as these words reach you. If you turn away now, you will miss something that could change the path of your life forever. Something you have been praying for, but did not realize was tied to this very moment. I am confronting you because what you did was seen. And it was not small, even if you convinced yourself it was. I am telling you this directly, so you do not keep walking down a road that leads you further from the blessing that was already prepared for you. Listen closely, because this is not about fear alone. It is about correction, restoration, and a door that is still open right now, but will not remain open if you ignore my voice. Type Amen if you believe. You made a decision recently that you thought no one noticed, something hidden in your thoughts, or carried out quietly, when no one else was watching. But I saw it clearly, and heaven recorded it. Not to destroy you, but to call you back before it grows into something that harms your future. This is why my voice feels strong and urgent. Because I refuse to let you drift away without warning. I am not distant from you, and I am not silent, even when you think you have gone too far. I am speaking now because there is still time to turn. Still time to correct what has been set in motion. Do not scroll past this moment, because this is not random, and it is not coincidence. You have been asking me for help, for clarity, for a sign that I am still with you. And this is that sign, even if it does not come in the gentle form you expected. I speak in anger today, because I care about where you are going, and I refuse to watch you fall into something that will cost you more than you understand. You are not being rejected, but you are being corrected with urgency, because your next steps matter deeply. Stay here and listen, because what I am about to reveal will show you exactly where you went wrong, and how to make it right. Pause for a moment, and show your support, by liking this video so more people can receive this word before it is too late. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description, or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. You thought you could carry that choice without consequence. But your spirit has been uneasy since then. And that was not by accident. I allowed you to feel that discomfort, so you would recognize that something was not aligned with me. Yet instead of stopping, you tried to silence that feeling and move forward, as if nothing had happened. That is where the danger began, not just in the mistake itself, but in your refusal to acknowledge it. I am here to break that silence and bring you back into awareness before it grows into regret. Type 777 to receive blessings. I need you to understand that my anger is not like human anger that seeks to harm or destroy without reason. My anger is directed at the path you are on, not at your worth as my child. You are still chosen, still loved, still covered, but you are standing at a point where your decisions can either draw you closer to me or pull you away. I am intervening because I see both outcomes, and I desire the one that brings you life, peace, and restoration. That is why this moment feels intense, because it carries weight that goes beyond what you can see right now. What you did created a small separation, not because I moved away from you, but because you stepped in a direction that led away from my guidance. That distance can grow if you continue ignoring it, and that is why I am speaking now with urgency. I am not asking you to be perfect, but I am calling you to be honest, and to return quickly when you realize you have gone off course. This is the moment of return, and it is still within your reach. Do not harden your heart or convince yourself that this does not apply to you, because it does, and you know it deep within. There is still a blessing waiting for you, something you have been hoping for, something you have whispered about in quiet moments when you felt alone. That blessing has not been taken away, but it is being delayed by the direction you chose. I am giving you the chance to realign, so that what was meant for you can still come into your hands. This is not about punishment alone, it is about positioning you correctly, so you can receive what has already been prepared. If you walk away now, you risk prolonging your own waiting, and I do not want that for you. You are not hearing these words by accident, and you are not here by chance. I brought you to this moment, because I knew you would need this correction, before things went further. I know your heart. I know your struggles, and I know the pressure that led you to make that choice. But I also know your strength, and I know your ability to turn back and choose differently. That is what I am calling you to do right now, not tomorrow, not later, but in this very moment. Do not let pride convince you to ignore this, because pride will keep you stuck longer than necessary. Do not let fear tell you that it is too late, because it is not too late yet. I am speaking while the door is still open, while the path can still be corrected, while your future can still shift in your favor. You are not abandoned and you are not beyond my reach. But, you must respond, and you must respond with sincerity. The mistake you made did not begin in your actions. It began in your thoughts. You allowed something to grow inside you, that you knew did not come from me. But you entertained it instead of rejecting it. At first, it seemed small, almost harmless, and you told yourself it would not matter. But, small things, when left unchecked, grow into decisions that shape your path. That is why I am addressing the root, not just what you did, but what led you there. I need you to understand that you are not the only one who faces this kind of struggle. Every person who walks with me will encounter moments where they are tempted to step outside of my guidance. The difference is in how they respond when they realize it. Some ignore it and drift further away, while others stop, turn, and come back quickly. I am calling you to be the one who returns, not the one who drifts. Your spirit has been restless, because it recognizes that something is not right. You may have tried to distract yourself, or convince yourself that everything is fine, but deep down you know there is a disconnect. That feeling is not there to torment you, it is there to guide you. It is a signal that you need to pause and realign. Listen to it now, because it is part of how I am reaching you. Type 22 if you trust God. I am not asking you to carry guilt forever, but I am asking you to acknowledge what happened with honesty. Do not minimize it and do not hide from it, because that only gives it more power over you. When you bring it into the light, it loses its hold. I am here to meet you in that moment of honesty, not to push you away, but to lift you back up. This is where restoration begins in truth, not denial. You have been chosen for more than what you are settling for right now. The path I set before you is not one of confusion and compromise, but one of clarity and purpose. When you step outside of that path, you feel the difference immediately, even if you try to ignore it. That discomfort is a reminder of who you are meant to be. I am calling you back to that identity, the one that is aligned with me. Do not be afraid to admit where you went wrong, because that is not weakness, it is strength. It takes courage to face your own actions and choose differently. I see that courage rising in you even now. You are not as far gone as you think, and you are not beyond redemption. You are at a turning point. And what you do next will shape everything that follows. There are consequences to every decision, but there is also mercy for those who turn back. I am offering you that mercy right now, not because you earned it, but because I love you. Do not take that lightly, and do not treat this moment as something you can come back to later. The time to respond is now, while your heart is open and your mind is aware. Delay will only make it harder. You have been praying for change, for breakthrough, for something to shift in your life, but change does not happen without alignment. You cannot hold on to what pulled you away from me, and expect to receive what I have prepared for you. There must be a release, a letting go of what does not belong. That is part of your response to this moment. I am not asking you to fix everything at the first step. That step is simple but powerful. It is a decision to turn back to me fully. It is a decision to stop justifying what you know is not right. It is a decision to trust that my way is better, even when it is not easy. That decision will open the door for everything else to begin changing. Your future is still intact, but it depends on your willingness to realign. I have not removed the promises over your life, and I have not forgotten what I spoke over you. But I will not force you into those promises if you choose a different path. You have free will and your choices matter. I am guiding you, but you must choose to follow. There is a weight being lifted from you even now, as you listen and receive these words. That weight was not meant to stay on you, but it remained because you had not addressed what caused it. As you begin to acknowledge and turn, you will feel that burden start to release. That is part of the healing process, and it begins with your response. Do not let the enemy use your mistake to convince you that you are unworthy. That is not the truth, and it never will be. Your worth does not come from your perfection, it comes from who you are to me. But your direction does matter, and that is what I am correcting. You are still mine and I am still guiding you. This moment is not the end of your story, it is a correction within it. It is a chance to rewrite what could have gone wrong, and turn it into something that strengthens you. Many have ignored moments like this and paid the price later. I do not want that for you, which is why I am speaking so clearly now. Listen, respond, and move forward differently. You are not alone in this, even though it may feel like you are facing it by yourself. I am with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and helping you take each step back into alignment. You do not have to figure everything out on your own. All you need to do is respond with sincerity and willingness. I will handle the rest. This is why I am not only correcting one action, but calling your attention to a deeper shift that must happen within you. If you only fix the surface, the same mistake will return in a different form. I want you free from that cycle, not trapped in it. Type 1010 to claim miracles. You have been carrying influences that do not align with the path I prepared for you. Some of these influences come from people, some from environments, and some from thoughts you allowed to stay longer than they should have. You did not guard your heart as carefully as you once did, and slowly your sensitivity to my guidance began to fade. That is why what once felt clearly wrong started to feel acceptable. This is not a permanent state, but it is something you must recognize and correct. There were moments when I tried to warn you quietly through a feeling, a thought, or a hesitation in your spirit. You felt that pause, that inner resistance, but you moved forward anyway. I did not stop speaking, but you chose not to listen in those moments. That is where the shift began, not in one loud decision, but in several quiet ones that you dismissed. I am bringing those moments back to your awareness, so you can see clearly what needs to change. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. I am not exposing these things to shame you, but to wake you up. You are too important to walk through life unaware of what is influencing you. You are not ordinary, and your calling carries weight that affects more than just your own life. When you drift, it does not only impact you. It affects what you were meant to bring into the world. That is why I intervene strongly when I see you stepping away from what you were created to do. There is something in you that knows this is true, even if part of you wants to resist it. You can feel the difference between when you are aligned with me and when you are not. When you are aligned, there is peace, clarity, and direction, even in difficulty. When you are not, there is confusion, restlessness, and a sense of being disconnected. You have felt both, and right now you are standing between those two states. I am calling you back to the place where you hear me clearly again. That requires you to remove what has been dulling your sensitivity. It may not be easy, and it may require you to step away from things or people you have grown comfortable with. But comfort is not always aligned with purpose. Sometimes what feels comfortable is what is keeping you from moving forward. You have been asking for a breakthrough, but breakthrough requires change. You cannot expect new results while holding on to the same patterns that led you away from me. This is your moment to choose differently, to break the cycle instead of continuing it. I am giving you the awareness you need, but you must act on it. Awareness without action will not transform your life. There is also something you must release. Something you have been holding on to that you know is not right for you. It may be a thought, a habit, or even a connection that no longer serves your growth. You have felt the conviction about it before, but you hesitated to let it go. That hesitation has kept you in a place of delay. I am asking you now to release it fully. When you let go of what does not belong, you create space for what I have prepared for you. That is how alignment works. It is not only about turning away from what is wrong, but making room for what is right. I am ready to fill that space with peace, direction, and blessing. But I will not force it into a place that is already occupied by what pulls you away from me. You must choose what stays and what goes. Do not underestimate the power of your decision in this moment. A single decision can shift the direction of your life more than you realize. You are not powerless, and you are not stuck. You are at a point where change is possible, and I am guiding you through it. What you do now will echo into your future. You may feel regret for what has already happened, and that is natural. But do not let that regret turn into shame that keeps you from moving forward. Regret can be a teacher, but shame is a trap. I am not calling you to stay in regret. I am calling you to learn from it, and rise above it. This is how you grow stronger, not by avoiding mistakes, but by responding to them correctly. There is a strength in you that you have not fully tapped into yet. That strength comes from your connection with me, from your willingness to trust and follow even when it is difficult. I am drawing that strength out of you now. You are not weak, even if you feel that way in this moment. You are being shaped and refined. You will begin to notice changes as you respond to this correction. Your thoughts will become clearer, your spirit will feel lighter, and your direction will start to make sense again. These are signs that you are coming back into alignment. Pay attention to them and continue in that direction. Do not go back to what you have already recognized as harmful. I am not finished with you, and your story is not defined by this mistake. What defines you is how you respond to it. You are being given a chance to turn this into a moment of growth, instead of a point of downfall. That is a gift, and it should not be taken lightly. Many wish they had this kind of clarity before it was too late. Many would have walked away when the words became uncomfortable. But you remained, and that matters more than you realize. It shows that your heart is still open, even if it has been distracted or burdened. I am working with that openness right now, shaping it into something stronger and more aware. This is how transformation begins, not in perfection, but in willingness. Type 11 if you walk by faith. There is something deeper. I need you to understand about the mistake you made. It was not only about disobedience, it was also about trust. In that moment, you trusted your own understanding more than my guidance. You believed that your way would satisfy you, protect you, or bring you something you felt you were lacking. But what you chose only created distance and confusion instead of fulfillment. This is why I'm calling you back, not just to correct your actions, but to restore your trust in me. You have been trying to carry things on your own for too long. You have been making decisions based on pressure, fear, or desire without bringing them fully to me. That is where the struggle begins, because you were never meant to walk this path alone. When you lean only on your own understanding, you limit what I can do in your life. I am inviting you to surrender that control, and let me guide you again. There were moments when you felt unsure, when you paused and wondered if what you were about to do was right. That hesitation was my voice trying to reach you gently. But you pushed past it, telling yourself that it would be fine, that nothing serious would come from it. Now you see that even small choices carry weight. I am not reminding you of this to condemn you, but to help you recognize my voice more clearly next time. Type 333 to affirm your faith. I want you to begin rebuilding your connection with me intentionally. This is not something that happens by accident. It happens through consistent attention and honesty. Speak to me openly, without hiding anything, and listen with a heart that is ready to receive correction as well as comfort. I am not only a source of peace, I am also a guide who directs your steps. When you accept both, your path becomes clearer. There are habits in your life that need to change if you want to stay aligned. These habits may seem normal to you, but they have been quietly pulling you away from what is best for you. Pay attention to what you allow into your mind and your time. Not everything around you is harmless, even if it appears that way. You must become more aware of what feeds your spirit, and what weakens it. You are not being asked to become someone else. You are being called to return to who you truly are. The person I created you to be is not lost, but it has been covered by distractions and choices that do not reflect your true identity. As you remove those layers, you will begin to recognize yourself again. That recognition will bring peace and confidence that you have been missing. It is already starting within you. Do not rush this process, but do not delay it either. Take each step with intention, knowing that every small decision matters. When you choose to listen, when you choose to turn away from what is not right, you are strengthening your connection with me. That strength will grow over time, making it easier for you to stay aligned. This is how you build a stable foundation. There will be moments when you feel tempted to go back to what is familiar. even if you know it is not good for you. That is part of the process, and it does not mean you are failing. What matters is how you respond in those moments. Instead of giving in, pause and remember what you have learned here. Remember how it felt to be out of alignment, and choose differently. I am not expecting you to be perfect, but I am expecting you to be sincere. Sincerity means you are willing to try, willing to listen, and willing to change. That is enough for me to work with. I will meet you in your effort, and guide you further than you can go on your own. You do not have to carry this journey alone anymore. You are also being protected in ways you do not see. Even when you stepped away, I did not remove my protection from you. There were things that could have happened that did not because I was still watching over you. That is part of my love for you, even in correction. But protection does not mean permission to continue in the wrong direction. It is meant to give you time to return. Your future still holds what I promised, but it requires alignment to receive it fully. You cannot walk in two directions at once. You must choose the path that leads you closer to me, even if it requires sacrifice. That sacrifice will not leave you empty. It will make space for something greater. Trust that what you gain will be far more valuable than what you release. I see your effort right now, even if it feels small to you. Every moment you stay, every word you take in, every decision you begin to reconsider, it all matters. Do not underestimate the impact of this moment. It is shaping your next steps in ways you will understand more clearly soon. Stay focused and do not lose this awareness. There is still more I want to show you, because your journey is not only about correction, it is also about growth. You are being prepared for something that requires a stronger, clearer, and more disciplined version of you. This moment is part of that preparation. It is refining you, not breaking you. Now, listen carefully because I am going to show you how to guard yourself, so you do not fall into the same pattern again. The mistake you made did not happen suddenly. It built over time through small openings you allowed. Those openings came from moments when you stopped being watchful. You became comfortable. And in that comfort, you lowered your awareness. That is why you must learn to stay alert, not in fear, but in wisdom. You need to begin paying attention to your thoughts more than you have before. What you allow to remain in your mind will eventually influence your actions. If you entertain what is not aligned with me, it will slowly become something you act on. But if you learn to reject those thoughts early, they will not grow into something bigger. This is one of the most important disciplines you must develop. Type 999. There are also boundaries you need to set, and you know exactly what I am referring to. There are situations you should not place yourself in, conversations you should not entertain, and influences you should not allow to shape you. You have felt this before, but you ignored it because it felt easier in the moment. I am telling you now that boundaries are not restrictions, they are protection. They keep you aligned and prevent unnecessary struggle. You cannot rely on willpower alone, because willpower fades when pressure increases. That is why you must rely on your connection with me. When you stay connected, you receive strength that goes beyond your own ability. You begin to see things more clearly. And you gain the courage to choose what is right, even when it is difficult. This is how you remain steady. You are also being called to be more intentional with your time. What you fill your time with shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your life. If you are constantly surrounded by distractions that pull you away from me, it becomes harder to hear my voice. But when you make space for stillness and connection, your clarity returns. This is something you must choose daily. Do not think that what you experienced was meaningless. Even your mistake has become a lesson. that will strengthen you if you allow it to. You are gaining awareness that will help you recognize similar situations in the future. What once caught you off guard will no longer have the same power over you. This is part of your growth. You are also learning to take responsibility, and that is important. It is easy to blame circumstances, other people, or pressure. But true change comes when you recognize your own role. That does not mean you carry guilt forever. It means you take ownership and choose differently moving forward. This is how you regain control of your direction. I am also restoring your confidence, because your mistake may have made you feel weaker or unsure of yourself. But your strength does not come from never making mistakes. It comes from how you rise after them. You are rising now, and that matters more than what happened before. Do not let this moment define you in a negative way. Let it define you as someone who learns and grows. There is a new level of awareness opening within you. You are beginning to notice things you overlooked before. You are becoming more sensitive to what aligns with me, and what does not. This is a gift, and it will guide you if you continue to pay attention. Do not ignore it again. You will also begin to see changes in how you respond to situations. Where you once reacted quickly, you will now pause. Where you once ignored warning signs, you will now recognize them. This is how you build a new pattern, one that keeps you aligned instead of pulling you away. It will not happen all at once, but it will happen step by step. Do not be discouraged if you face challenges along the way. Growth always comes with moments of testing. What matters is that you remember what you have learned here. When you are tested, return to these truths and stand firm in them. You are not alone in those moments. I am with you, strengthening you. You are being prepared for something greater. And that preparation requires discipline. It requires you to make choices that align with your purpose, even when they are not easy. But those choices will lead you to a place of peace and fulfillment that you cannot find any other way. Trust the process, even when it stretches you. You are not going back to who you were before this moment. Something has shifted, and that shift will continue if you remain committed. You are becoming more aware, more disciplined, and more aligned. This is the direction you were always meant to move in. Do not turn back now. Stay with me because there is still more I need to reveal to you. What you are learning now is building a foundation. But there is a purpose behind this that goes beyond just correcting your path. You are being shaped for something that will require everything you are becoming right now. Continue listening, because what comes next will help you understand that purpose more clearly. There is a purpose over your life that requires you to be stable, not easily shaken by emotions, pressure, or temporary desires. What you went through revealed areas where you were still vulnerable. That does not make you weak. It makes you aware of where growth is needed. Awareness is the first step towards strength. Now that you see it, you can begin to build differently. You must stop underestimating how important your role is. You have been treating your life as if your decisions only affect you. But that is not the truth. There are people, moments, and outcomes connected to your obedience. When you step out of alignment, it creates delays not only for you, but for things tied to your purpose. That is why I speak with urgency, because your life carries weight beyond what you see. Type 888 to receive divine guidance. I am calling you to become more intentional in every area of your life. This is not about being perfect, but about being aware and consistent. The small choices you make daily are shaping your future more than the big moments you wait for. When you align those small choices with me, everything begins to shift. Your path becomes clearer and your steps become stronger. There will be times when you feel tired, when it seems easier to go back to old habits. that is where your discipline will be tested. Discipline is not about never feeling weak. It is about choosing what is right even when you feel weak. I am building that discipline in you now. Do not resist it because it will protect you in the future. You also need to understand that not everyone around you will understand the changes you are making. Some may question you. Some may even try to pull you back into what you have left behind. This is where you must stand firm. Your journey is not based on their understanding. It is based on your alignment with me. Stay focused on that. You are learning to hear my voice more clearly, and that is one of the greatest gifts you can have. When you hear me clearly, you avoid confusion. You recognize what is right, and you move with confidence. This clarity will guide you in decisions that once felt overwhelming. It will bring peace where there was uncertainty. There is also a level of maturity I am bringing you into. You are moving beyond reacting to situations and into responding with wisdom. This shift will change how you handle challenges, relationships, and opportunities. You will no longer be easily swayed by what is temporary. You will begin to see things from a deeper perspective. Do not forget what you have learned here. This moment is a turning point, and it must remain in your memory. When you face future decisions, return to this awareness. Let it guide you and remind you of the importance of staying aligned. This is how you build consistency in your life. You are also being equipped to help others, even if you do not realize it yet. The lessons you are learning will not only benefit you, they will allow you to guide someone else who faces similar struggles. This is part of your purpose. What you go through is not wasted when you allow it to shape you. There is a strength growing in you that will become evident over time. You will notice that things that once tempted you no longer have the same hold. You will feel more in control, more aware, and more grounded. This is the result of alignment. It is not forced. It flows naturally as you stay connected with me. You are not walking this path alone, even when it feels quiet. I am with you in every step, guiding you, correcting you, and strengthening you. When you feel uncertain, return to me. When you feel tempted, lean on me. When you feel tired, rest in me. This connection is what sustains you. Your future is still filled with what I promised, but it requires you to continue in this direction. Do not let this moment fade into something you forget. Carry it with you as a reminder of who you are becoming. You are not the same as you were before this. You are growing. And that growth will lead you into what is meant for you. Stay with me because there is still more ahead. What I am preparing you for will require everything you are learning right now. You are being shaped for something that will require strength, clarity, and unwavering alignment. Continue listening because what comes next will help you understand how to walk fully in that purpose without losing your way. Before you moved quickly without always considering the weight of your choices. Now you are learning to pause, to think, and to seek my direction before you act. This shift will protect you more than you realize. Type 6 at 66 to receive clarity. There is a difference between knowing what is right and consistently choosing what is right. You have known many things, but there were moments when you chose differently because it felt easier or more satisfying in the moment. I am helping you close that gap between knowledge and action. This is where real growth happens, when what you know begins to shape what you do. It is not automatic, but it becomes natural as you stay aligned with me. You must also learn to recognize the early signs of drifting. It does not begin with major mistakes. It begins with small shifts in attention, small compromises, and small moments where you ignore my guidance. These are the moments you must take seriously. When you catch them early, you prevent them from growing into something bigger. This awareness will keep you steady. Type 111 to affirm alignment. I am also strengthening your inner voice, the place where you sense what is right and what is not. That voice becomes clearer when you stay connected to me and quieter when you fill your life with too much noise. You must protect that space. Make time to be still, to reflect and to listen. This is not a weakness. It is a necessity for staying aligned. There will be times when you feel pressure to act quickly, to respond without thinking, or to follow what others are doing. In those moments, remember what you are learning now. You do not need to rush into decisions. You have the right to pause, to seek guidance, and to choose wisely. That pause can prevent mistakes that would take much longer to correct. You are also learning to trust the process of growth, even when it feels slow. You may want immediate change, immediate clarity, and immediate results. But real transformation takes time. Each step you take builds on the last one. Do not become impatient with yourself. What matters is that you are moving in the right direction. There is also a need for consistency in your life. You cannot be aligned one moment and careless the next without feeling the effects. Consistency does not mean perfection, but it means you are committed to the direction you are choosing. When you fall, you get back up quickly instead of staying down. That is the difference between growth and stagnation. You are becoming more disciplined. Even if you do not fully see it yet, discipline is built in small choices repeated over time. Every time you choose to listen instead of ignore, to pause instead of rush, to align instead of drift, you are strengthening that discipline. It will become part of who you are. Do not forget that you are still under my protection. Even as you grow, I am watching over you, guiding you, and keeping you from things you do not even see. That protection is not something you should take for granted. It is a sign of my presence in your life. Stay close to me so that you continue to walk within it. You will begin to notice that your confidence is changing. It is no longer based on what you feel in the moment, but on what you know to be true. This kind of confidence is steady, not easily shaken by circumstances. It comes from alignment, from knowing that you are walking in the direction I have set for you. Hold on to that. There may still be moments of struggle, and that is part of the journey. Growth does not remove challenges. It prepares you to handle them better. When you face those moments, do not panic or feel discouraged. Return to what you have learned and apply it. You will see the difference in how you respond. You are also becoming more aware of your surroundings, more sensitive to what influences you. This awareness will guide you in making better choices about where you go, what you listen to, and who you spend time with. These choices matter more than you think. They shape your environment and your mindset. You are not the same person who first began listening. Something has changed in you, even if it feels small. That change will continue to grow if you nurture it. Do not go back to old patterns because you now know where they lead. Move forward with the awareness you have gained. There will be moments ahead when everything around you feels uncertain. Situations will arise that test what you have learned here. In those moments, you will feel the pull to react the way you used to fall back into what is familiar. But you are not the same anymore, and you must remind yourself of that. You now carry awareness that you did not have before, and that awareness will guide you if you trust it. You must also learn to stand firm when your emotions try to lead you in the wrong direction. Emotions are not always wrong, but they are not always reliable. They change quickly, and if you follow them without wisdom, they can take you away from what is right. This is why you must anchor yourself in truth, not just in how you feel. When you do that, you remain steady even when your emotions shift. Type 1414. There will also be voices around you that try to influence your decisions. Some will mean well, but lack understanding. While others may not have your best interest at heart, you must learn to filter what you hear. Not every voice deserves your attention. Listen carefully and measure everything against what you know is aligned with me. This will protect you from being messled. You are being trained to make decisions with clarity, instead of confusion. In the past, you may have rushed into choices, or followed what felt easiest in the moment. Now you are learning to slow down, to consider the direction you are moving in, and to choose with intention. This shift will save you from many unnecessary struggles. It is part of your growth. There is also a level of patience being developed within you. You may not like waiting, but waiting teaches you to trust. It teaches you to rely on my timing instead of forcing your own. When you act too quickly, you often create complications that could have been avoided. But when you wait with awareness, you move with wisdom. This is something you must carry forward. You will begin to notice that your reactions are changing. Where you once responded quickly without thinking, you now pause. That pause is powerful, because it gives you time to choose differently. It allows you to step back from situations instead of being pulled into them. This is how you maintain control over your direction. You are also becoming more resilient. Challenges that once felt overwhelming will no longer have the same effect on you. You will still feel them, but they will not control you. You will face them with a sense of stability that comes from knowing you are not alone. This resilience will carry you through moments that once would have shaken you. Do not forget that you are still learning. Growth does not end with this moment. It continues as long as you are willing to listen and apply what you learn. There will always be new levels of understanding, new areas to refine, and new strengths to develop. Stay open to that process. It is part of your journey. You are also being reminded of your identity. You are not defined by your past mistakes or your moments of weakness. You are defined by who you are becoming. That identity is rooted in alignment, in strength, and in awareness. Hold on to that because it will guide you when doubt tries to return. There may be times when you feel alone in your choices, especially when you are choosing differently from those around you. In those moments, remember that you are not truly alone. I am with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and confirming your direction. That presence is more important than any external approval. You are also being prepared to handle greater responsibility. As you grow, you will be trusted with more. And that requires you to be stable and consistent. This is why this process is necessary. It is not just about correcting the mistake. It is about preparing you for what is ahead. You are being shaped for something meaningful. You will begin to see the results of your growth in your daily life. Your decisions will become clearer, your actions more intentional, and your direction more stable. These changes may seem small at first, but they will build into something significant. This is how transformation unfolds. Stay focused on what you have learned and continue to apply it. Do not allow distractions to pull you away from this path. You have come too far to return to old patterns. Keep moving forward with the awareness and strength you have gained. There will be moments when everything seems calm on the surface, yet something inside you feels slightly off. Do not ignore those moments the way you did before. That inner signal is important, and it is part of how I guide you. It may not always be loud, but it is clear if you choose to listen. Pay attention to it, because it will help you avoid stepping into situations that do not align with your path. You must also learn to remain steady when things around you begin to shift unexpectedly. Life will not always move in a predictable way, and circumstances will sometimes challenge your sense of control. In those moments, do not panic or react impulsively. Return to the awareness you have built. Pause, breathe, and seek direction before you act. This is how you remain grounded. Type 1616 to claim peace. There is also a need for you to strengthen your focus. Distractions will come in many forms, some obvious and some very subtle. Not everything that demands your attention deserves it. You must learn to choose what you give your time and energy to. Focus is a powerful tool, and when you direct it wisely, it keeps you aligned and moving forward. You are also being taught to trust yourself in a new way, not based on your past habits, but based on your current alignment. As you continue to listen and apply what you have learned, your confidence will grow. You will begin to trust your decisions, because they are rooted in awareness and guidance. This kind of trust is different from what you have known before. There will be times when you feel pressure to act quickly, to make decisions without fully thinking them through. This pressure may come from outside influences or from within yourself. In those moments, remember that you have the right to slow down. You are not required to respond immediately. Taking a moment to reflect can prevent mistakes that would take much longer to correct. You are also learning to let go of what no longer serves you. This is not always easy, especially when it involves things or people you have grown attached to. But holding on to what pulls you away from your path will only create more struggle. Letting go creates space for what is right to enter your life. Trust that what you release will be replaced with something better. Your awareness is becoming sharper, and you are beginning to notice details you once overlooked. This is a sign of growth, and it will help you navigate situations more effectively. Do not ignore these observations. They are part of how you stay aligned and avoid unnecessary complications. Pay attention to what you feel and what you notice. You are also becoming more intentional in your actions. Instead of reacting without thinking, you are beginning to choose your responses carefully. This shift will bring more stability into your life. It will reduce confusion and help you maintain a clear direction. Continue to build this habit, because it will serve you well. There may still be moments when you feel uncertain, and that is part of the process. Uncertainty does not mean you are lost. It means you are growing. In those moments, return to what you know to be true. Stay connected, stay aware, and move forward with confidence. You are not walking blindly. You are also being reminded to stay humble in your growth. Do not become overconfident or assume that you no longer need guidance. Growth requires continuous awareness and willingness to learn. Stay open, stay attentive, and remain connected. This will keep you grounded and protected. You are not alone in this journey even when it feels quiet. I am with you, guiding you through each step, helping you make the right decisions. When you feel uncertain, return to me. When you feel strong, remain connected. This balance will keep you aligned. Your path is becoming clearer and your steps are becoming more stable. You are no longer moving without direction. You are beginning to understand where you are going, and how to get there. This clarity will continue to grow as you stay committed. Stay here and continue listening, because there is still more ahead. What you are learning now is preparing you for moments that will require you to stand firm without hesitation. You are being shaped for that, and the next part will help you understand how to remain steady, even when faced with unexpected challenges. It is meant to become the way you live, the way you decide, and the way you move forward. This is where many people hesitate, because living differently requires commitment. But you are not being called to hesitate anymore. You are being called to step forward with clarity and purpose. Type 1717 to move with purpose. There will be situations very soon where you will have to make a clear choice, not a delayed one, not a confused one, but a direct decision that reflects what you have learned. In that moment, you will feel the difference between your old way and your new awareness. The old way will try to pull you toward comfort and familiarity. The new awareness will guide you toward what is right, even if it feels challenging. You must choose the path that aligns with what you now understand. You must also learn to trust your decision once you make it. Do not second-guess yourself when you have taken time to align and choose wisely. Doubt can weaken your confidence and make you feel unstable. When you have paused, reflected, and chosen based on truth, stand firm in that decision. This is how you build consistency and strength in your life. Type 1818 to claim courage. You are also being trained to remain steady under pressure. Pressure will come in many forms, sometimes from people, sometimes from circumstances, and sometimes from within yourself. It will try to push you into quick reactions and careless decisions. But you now have the awareness to pause and respond instead of react. That pause is your strength, and you must use it. There is also a need for you to stay disciplined when no one is watching. It is easy to do what is right when others can see you. But true alignment happens in private moments. What you choose when you are alone matters just as much as what you choose in public. This is where your character is formed. Stay consistent, even when it feels unnoticed. You are being shaped into someone who can be trusted with greater things. Trust is built through consistency, through making the right choices repeatedly over time. This is not something that happens overnight, but it begins with moments like this. Every decision you make in alignment strengthens that trust. Do not take these moments lightly. You will also notice that your patience is being tested. There will be times when you want quick results, quick answers, and quick outcomes. But not everything is meant to happen immediately. Some things require time to develop, and that time is part of your preparation. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description, or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. There will be times when you want quick results, quick answers, and quick outcomes. But not everything is meant to happen immediately. Some things require time to develop, and that time is part of your preparation. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit Out Community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary, where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.